Alright, what is up, what is up? What is going on, everybody on YouTube? Griffin here, coming back with another live stream. For those of you that watched the previous stream that was titled the same exact vein as this, you've probably seen that we had some major technical difficulties and the stream actually logged out completely. Something's been going on with my laptop, not my internet actually, where my laptop has been not even, like, the Wi-Fi just straight up hasn't been working. Like, it will not detect any Wi-Fi whatsoever. It'll just show an X on the Wi-Fi symbol. Like, you can't see it probably because I have the subscribe button thing down here. But you guys probably know what I'm talking about, where it shows the little Wi-Fi emblem. It only works whenever I'm connected directly to it now, but it's kind of better because it's a lot faster whenever you're connected directly to your internet through a cord, your Ethernet cable, whatever you want to call it. But I apologize for that. I'm going to be taking that video down once we get done with this stream. I was just in Missouri recently over the weekend for the Labor Day weekend, 3-day weekend, whatnot. It's been a few months since I've been back up there, so took some time off just from work and everything overall. But I'm ready to get right back to it. I wanted to mention too, obviously a lot of you know that I started a job recently with Terminix. And I found out that they will be investing 6% of my gross income. Like, they match you 6%, but you can't even invest until after your 90 days. However, they are always putting 6% gross, not of your own income automatically, but they're essentially putting the match in there already. So no matter if you're investing in it or not, they're always going to essentially quote unquote put 6% in of your gross on their end, if that makes any sense. Whatever 6% of my gross income is, they're automatically matching it, even if I'm not putting 6% in. So that's a pretty cool thing. I'm sure some of you work for companies like that too. This is the first one that I've worked for like that, let alone 6%. I mean, that's just awesome, right? For me, it's I think 6% of gross, that'll be roughly, I want a low estimate. I'd probably say at least around 200. Like I said, I want a low estimate. I don't want to overestimate. I know what my net is, but I don't know exactly what the gross is. I'll have to check after my first pay stub. But anyways, after wasting a minute or so of your guys' time, we're going to hop right into the whole point of this live stream, which is just flat out stocks that I missed out on over the last probably, let's see, I've been actually doing this stuff since what, January, February. So now almost a year already, 8-9 months. Just a few that I missed out on simply because I was wrong. I always like to find out where I could have made gains. What if I had went with pretty much, again, those big companies that we all know about. And that's pretty much what this video is going to be about. It's more of those bigger companies that I missed out on simply by, again, just not hopping in and trusting, having huge trust in these big companies. I have a puppy, by the way, and she's freaking out 'cause she's in her cage, but she's a puppy, so I don't want her being out if we cannot watch her. I'm going to shut the door really quickly so it's not all loud. No. Alright, sorry about that. She chose perfect timing to wake up from her nap. But let me make sure again that our stream's actually going to be doing alright. It looks like we are on my program. Make sure that we are all live and up. And it looks like we're doing good. Of course, a little bit delay on my end. But yeah, so obviously number one, Apple. You guys know that I was never too big on Apple as a stock overall. Obviously, I have Apple products. I have the iPhone. I eventually want to get a MacBook of some sorts, or maybe a desktop of Apple, obviously. But overall, I thought that the stock has always been overbought, and you can guess I extremely think that now. But time after time after time, I've been wrong, and literally, I missed out on a ton of profit just from simply not investing in Apple in forms of call options, simply just even investing in the stock. If you'd invested in the stock back in, let's see, we've been doing this since around February again, seriously right around March, April, and again, right now this shows what, near the end of March. So let's say you invested, let's say you didn't even catch it at the low point around 161. Again, obviously the lowest is 149, but I'm saying since I started investing, which is right around in here, if you had invested, let's not even give you the lowest point, because let's be real, none of us really catch stuff at the lowest of lowest. But let's say you waited for some confirmation, got in around 167, which is about $6-7 off the low around that time, and you had cashed out right around today, you would have made around 36 to 40% of net profit. Net meaning like if you had 0% commissions because you're using an app like Robinhood, all that good stuff. So just over a period of, let's say you got in right around 167, and this is right at the beginning of May 1st to, let's just say today, let's say you got out right around 127. I saw it was right around 227, 228. So in 120 days, which is what, 4 months? In 4 months, you made 40%. That's around 10% per month. Again, guys, what does the average retirement account do? The average retirement account is doing roughly on at some, I mean, there's a lot of debate about that. Some say 9%, some say 10, a lot say 12, 13. But let's just say around 10 to 12% per year is what the average retirement fund does. How's it going, Josh? Good afternoon, good evening. Actually, it's already 6:30, where I am at least. But so I mean, if you're doing 10% per month, again, this is just Apple. Never suggest throwing all of your eggs in one basket, of course. But if you had invested some in Apple, you would have made 10% roughly on average per month. Again, it's all about, at the end of the day, everyone has their own way of investing. But the best form long term, if you're trying to build that long term wealth, if you're trying to essentially kind of quote unquote have a little retirement that you're figuring out on your own, obviously always have some sort of what I like to call the emergency fund retirement, which is your basic Roth IRA, stuff like that, stuff that you can pull out tax free when it's time to pull it out. Always be investing some in that. I would suggest $100 a month, because again, if you invest $100 a month for 40 years, averaging 10 to 12%, you're going to have over $1 million after 40 years, which is obviously more than enough to retire at least decently after about 40 years. Say you start at 30, at 70 years old, etc., etc. So always be doing that, of course. I don't know why I have all these pop-ups all of a sudden. I hate these. I need to turn off the notifications. But so obviously be doing that. But if you're trying to just navigate finding out, I need to shut that off like ASAP. If you're trying to kind of do your own thing and outdo the market, say, wow, unreal. Say you're trying to do like the 12, above 12, 14, 15, 18%, which is definitely doable, guys. Warren Buffett in his prime was averaging well over 25% per year average. Of course, he's more of the buy and hold forever type of investor, but let's be real, in his prime, he's probably more of a swing trader. Point being, you can easily do, I tell people, you can always easily do 20% per year. So if you're investing in stocks like Apple, again, is it going to go up 10% per month over and over and over? Obviously not. It's going to come down at some point, and the chances on you actually are back up. All right. So we got disconnected again, it looks like, but it looks like we are reconnected. Sorry about that, guys. But no, it is not the internet, at least it's the program this time. Can't win for losing. Looks like I need to reinvest in a laptop before long. This one's slowly but surely going out on me, of course, I mentioned. But we're going to go ahead and hop into the next one, which is AMD. Obviously, you guys can see AMD was borderline penny stock territory. Depending on who you talk to, was in penny stock territory. Under $10 is what some say. I tend to go by the under $5 rule for penny stocks personally. But as you can see, it's just been going crazy. Apparently today it was up like 11%. When I checked this morning, I thought it was down 5% early on this morning. Let's take a look at today alone. So let's go to 5-day actually. I thought that I'd seen it was down 5%, but apparently it was up 11% today alone, guys. So, I mean, AMD has been just one that I missed out on big time. Definitely would not invest right now. I see it as heavily overbought for sure, especially now. But back when we were looking at it, and I know one of you in our group, the Discord chat, have been in AMD heavily for months now, so you're probably cashing out big time. I know you had at least 100 shares or so from what I remember, but you can see low of 896, of course. Yeah, this was actually back when we were looking at it and playing calls and puts on it. and let's say you hopped in right above, say, $9, that's at $9.65. If you were to cash out sometime today, you would have had over almost 200% profit. So I mean, let's be real, is anyone willing to hold it that long? Some people, yes, might have the willpower essentially to ride through this little dip that it had, just keep riding. Again, the buy and hold forever mentality. And if you did, congratulations, you have made lots of money on AMD for sure. And if you have not cashed out by now, what the hell are you waiting for, in all honesty? Up 11, almost 12% today alone. That was crazy. If you caught that on a day trade even, that is awesome day trade for sure. But that is one that I definitely missed out on. I definitely missed that. You can go back through a bunch of my videos. You can see that I was pretty much trashing AMD, saying I don't see where people think that this is going north of $20 from. But they were right and I was wrong. The CEO is actually really good. I did not have as much trust in her as a lot of people did. But at the end of the day, who made the money? Not me. So again, it's all about just learning. Does that mean I'm going to hop in it now all of a sudden? Of course not. I see it as stupidly heavily overbought. I want to try to get it I want to see it pull back to around $20 in all honesty. My target price to buy would be probably right around 21, 22. If it bounced at or above 20 essentially and looked like it, say it bounced at like 21 and it went back up to 22, 23, I would probably go ahead and hop in between 22 and 23, and then of course keep riding it up. But things can always change, of course, for all we know. Next earnings report could be bad. I don't see that happening, but it could be bad, and then it could go well under 20 again, because it's done this in the past. If you look at the overall, not 20 day, if you look at the history of AMD, it's had these random spikes, not quite to $20, $30 obviously, but it's had these spikes and then it's kind of leveled back out, had these little pushes and leveled back out, just right around the $10 mark essentially. If I remember right, it was north of 20 in the past at some point too. Let's see right here. So you can see back in 2017, it pushed up near 15, went back down again under $10, pushed up to 15 again, came back down around 10. So I mean, does history always repeat itself? No. I think the next support is actually going to be right around $15 when it decides to actually quote unquote, I wouldn't say crash, but have a really big pullback to say the least. I mean, it'd be pulling back almost $10, like 50%. So that'd definitely be a huge pullback to say the least. But I think that'll be your next major support, be around $15, $16. You can see it was a major resistance for a long time. Even when it broke above it, it tried to pull back. But then, of course, it's just kept on going. So it's definitely been a good stock. This whole, in all honesty, you can just see the last 180 days. It's done nothing but gone up. I see it pulling back. I would not be surprised with it having such a good day today if it's down 3 to 5% tomorrow. Could be wrong though. Could be up another 5-10%. This reminds me a lot of Turtle Beach, in all honesty, one that we've played a lot in the past. That was a penny stock. Now it's at $20, $30 as well. What is that one? HEAR, by the way. That's another one. I mean, I wouldn't say I missed out on it because see, it went clear up to 37 at one point. Did I miss out on it? No, because I played it. I've made 5% profit here and there off of it. I was kind of, you guys remember, I was playing it back when it was around the $3 to $5 mark, and then all of a sudden it just boom shot up to 20, and it's just really hung around 20 plus. Strong resistance right around $30. Obviously it bounced up to above 30 briefly, but it came and leveled back down. Look for resistance again right around 27 as it comes back up. Had a good day today, up over 3%. So I mean, this one still has a lot of good day and swing trade opportunity. One that's going to be on my radar for sure going forward. So far we've went over HEAR, Apple, AMD. There was some more. Was it SQ that I might have missed out on? Yes, SQ. So you can see Square, and I mean, I've liked Square, and I did play Square a couple of times after Square's Grubhub, by the way. But Square, you can see up today overall, 3% overall. We were looking at it, I was looking at it kind of back near May. So let's say you got in around $50. Say you cashed out today somewhere around just $90, $91. 80% profit in how many months? Let's just say right here. So you're looking at, again, about 3 or 4 months and you're making 80% profit. I will take that any day of the week, guys. I don't know about you guys, but I would definitely take that for sure any day of the week. And I like Square going forward as well. Again, I think it's overbought like most of the market right now. But wait for a pullback. Obviously, you never want to, at least my terms, I never like to buy after a green day. If anything, I'd rather miss out and wait for a entry point at some point. But right now, I would not buy it personally. I would look for it to pull back, in all honesty, probably around $80, maybe even less. Not a huge drop or anything. Probably what would that be? Just over 10%. But yeah, so that's another one that we have. And I would not say I missed out on all of these specifically because I did play them. It's just the fact that I haven't been in the market lately. Just ones that I missed. Either I missed out on because of not being in the market, or two, I was flat wrong. Like Apple and AMD, I was flat wrong on those. But like Square, HEAR, and now Grubhub we're about to go over. I played those. Grubhub I got in under 90. What was it, like $95? One of you viewers actually called it out, and we played it from like 95 to around 100 to 105. It wasn't a huge profit, but it was like what, right around 10%, something like that. I don't know what that is, but later, we don't care about this. Golly. Anyways, so Grubhub, G-U-R-G-R-U-B. So you can see it was up over $145. At one point it was as low as 66. This was before I was even looking at it. But again, we were looking at it right around, was it here? It was back in like April or May, wasn't it? I think it might have been May, actually, beginning of May. So it was like right before I moved to Texas. So we got in around, like I said, $90 to $95, wrote it up here to around 105, sold it for a quick like 10% profit or so. But if we would have stayed in, I don't remember the exact price point we got in, so we'll just say around 95. A new subscriber, welcome to whoever just subscribed. I missed your name. It popped up on my phone too, so I'll give you a quick shout out. Lady La 2011, welcome. But let's say that we kept it. We only bought like one share too, if I remember right. But let's say I'd held it all this time. Well, let's say I cashed out right here, because I probably would have around 134. That's 42% profit in how many days? 84 days. So less than 3 months, 41% profit, which is what? Around 15. My math's kind of messed up right now. Right around 15% profit, something like that, per month. Again, that is not bad profit per month. That is more than what a lot of these IRAs, mutual funds, all that are doing in a year. Again, I'm not dumping on mutual funds or anything like that at all. I always suggest putting, again, how much? At least $100 a month into those, because again, that retirement emergency fund is what I like to refer to it as. But why would you dump all of your money? Again, it's all about, don't put all of your eggs in one basket. Why would I put 15-25% of my income into like Roth IRAs and stuff like that when I can go get 15% a month doing my own thing? Again, I still say put money in those, but why would I put 15-25% of my income into that when I can go do my own thing, figuring out a few stocks that I like, and invest in those long term or short term, or do call options, or shorts, or whatever. Again, I believe there's a place in the market for everybody, no matter if you can look at this daily, weekly, every couple days. Maybe you only want to look at it every month. I would suggest at least looking at it every week, but I really believe there's a place in the market for everybody. But again, Grubhub missed out on some good profit there, but again, we did make a little bit, so it's not a huge deal. I cannot wait to get back in the market, though. I plan on doing so very, very soon, to say the least. And my account with Robinhood is now not restricted anymore, because that was like August 28th or something like that it got the little 90-day restriction got uplifted from day trading too much. Let me see. I thought there was one more. I should have wrote them down. Was it Shopify maybe? It might have been Shopify. Spotify was one. I kind of pointed that one out in the past, so I wouldn't really say that I missed out on it. Again, it's just one of those where I wasn't in the market, so that would explain that. But Shopify, I think Shopify might have been one, so we'll probably go over that really quickly. By the way, quick call out, I'm going to call out Walmart. If you're not in Walmart already, let's go ahead. I want to look at that really quickly, actually, because we're getting ready to go into holiday season. Therefore, look for Walmart to be kind of kicking it up in the stock market world. Let's see. So we have kind of leveled out lately. I would try to get in. I don't know. I don't really like it right now. Let's look at the 20 day. I don't really like it right now, in all honesty. I would kind of hold out. See if we can possibly reapproach that $90 mark. If it bounces here right around $94, $95, if it bounces back up to 96, I'd probably get in personally and hold it through holiday season and then cash out on the profit, because we all know Walmart's history. You can see it like clockwork. Back near holiday season last year, see near what was that, January 30th, high of about $110. So even if you got in right now and say it got back to that recent high of 110, you're looking at what, 10 to 15% somewhere in their profit in just a couple months. It's not a huge profit or anything, but profits are profits at the end of the day. I really like that one. Shopify again, maybe that wasn't one actually, because it's kind of last I seen it was at 176. That's probably why I thought we missed out on it. I missed out on it, but it's kind of leveled off. This is a really good swing trading stock in all honesty. You can see it has it trades horizontally. You can see there's overall support right around $130. There's a decent resistance level right around 150, and it has chance of reaching around 175. So overall profit potential short term of around 12 to 15%, longer term potential of about 30+%. So that's a good swing trading stock if you're more of the swing trader type. Good day trading stock as well. You're just not going to see huge profits from it. Like today, it was only up about 0.5%. But if you look at the daily overall, I'm sure you could have caught some. So you can see if you caught it on the dip this morning, you could have made about 2%, maybe about 2%. So again, nothing huge. You might want to look at possibly buying the dip in the morning. I don't know, but that's one that sets up decent for at least a swing trade at the minimum. And then what was the last one? I said Spotify. I think we want to look at Twitter too. But there's just so many. I mean, like I said, there's so many stocks that's what I love about the stock market. There's so many chances, so many stocks you can make money on. I would not go out and just dump money in so many different stocks. You guys know I suggest roughly 5 stocks to really focus on, 10 at the max. But when you're really new and starting out, I would say 2 to 3 really focus on. What I would do is set up 3 to 5 stocks that you like, figure out why you like them, what you don't like about them, and then go with obviously your gut, go with what you have written down on the paper. Dig deep and decide, pick out of those 3 to 5, pick 2 that you really like, and then go with those to start out. Again, I'm not saying dump a ton of money into just 2 stocks, because that's like throwing all of your eggs in one basket, but just to kind of get your feet wet with day trading, swing trading, whatever form of trading that you are looking at getting into. But Spotify, as you can see, down at near the beginning of April. Wasn't that like really when the stock first released, if I remember right? Wasn't it like April or something like that? Yeah, it was right around April was when the stock came out. So we're not going to count that low of 135. But let's say we got in around 157. Say that you sold it. If you didn't sell it this high, you were crazy, around $200. I bet you some people did miss. I guarantee you there were some fools that set sell limits at $200 thinking it was going to hit 200, and then they ended up losing their ass because they didn't just cash out the profit. But let's say you were smart and sold it around 195. You'd have made 23% profit in 55 days. That's a roughly, what, about 0.5% a day average? Not too bad. So 0.5% a day is what, right around 2.5%, 3% a week. So Spotify definitely sets up nicely as well. And then lastly, I'm sure there's so many more that I could go on and on about, but I don't want to make this too long of a video. But obviously Twitter. Now Twitter, did anyone really see this coming? Some people claim they did, but I'll say straight up, I did not. I seen Twitter kind of as a $20 to $30 stock max personally. I mean, it's still around 34 now, so we'll see if it can break above this SMA. It's acting as a pretty strong resistance. If it can, then watch out. It could continue on up and possibly keep making new highs. But say you got in, say you waited for it to break through this little resistance around 31, and you were like, oh shoot, it might be actually doing it. So say you got in around $33 right in here. Say you sold it even just right off here when you say someone got a little scared and you sold off right here, 20% profit in 14 days. That's roughly what, 1.5% per day. So I mean, just tons of opportunity there. But I'm going to go ahead and wrap this video up, guys. It looks like my girlfriend just pulled up, she said. So hopefully you guys did find this video a little bit informative and hopefully fun of some sorts. If you haven't already, join our Discord chat group in the description box. Everything's totally free. Of course, I don't charge for absolutely anything. I'm still writing my book. Hopefully coming out with that around holiday season. I need to get on getting it finished for sure. But that'll be available on Amazon, of course. And if you're new to the channel, definitely consider subscribing. We'd love to have you here. I hope to do these videos a lot more often, probably like every day or so, every 2 days now that we're finally getting settled in. But yeah, until next time, guys, keep on going out there making those profits, covering those profits, and achieving some financial freedom this year. And I will see you guys hopefully tomorrow or the next day. Take it easy, guys.